Okay. So team, yesterday I explained you about what is JCL, how to write the JCL. The components are the fields of JCL statement. Okay. So let me quickly recap JCL statements. Okay. So there are there are three, uh, you know, five fields are there in a JCL statement. One is identifier. One is identifier. The next one is the name field, then operation field, and operand are parameters, and we have something called comment. So first one is identifier. Okay. So when we are writing the JCL code, it should start with the first line, first column basically, not a line. So identifier, it should start from first column. It should start from first column. Okay. And the length of identifier field 1, 2, 3 characters. Okay. So this identifier indicates that it is a JCL statement because all JCL statements should start with identifier. There is no excuse for this. Okay. So slash slash, we use slash star, we use slash slash star. So this we use for commenting the line. This we use end of the in stream, and this one we use uh to write the starting of the JCL or normal. Okay. So this is all about identifier field. Then there is another field called name field. So name field should name field should start from third column. Name field should start from third column at any cost. So it can be user defined, it can be user defined or system defined. Depends on the statement which we write. We use either system defined or user defined. And okay, so length of the name field value 1 to 8 characters. It can be 1 to 8 characters. It can start with a character A to Z or special characters. We call them as a national characters. Those are all at the rate hash dollar. Okay. So, and it can have A to Z characters 0 to 9 and special characters which I mentioned on the top. Okay. So this is all about name field. So operation field. Okay. So the valid values in operation field. Okay, so what type of the statement is going to decide based on the operation field value? Okay, so one is 1 minute, be on the line. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Okay, it can have A to Z, 0 to 9 special characters. which I mentioned here. And operation field, job is there, execute is there, DD statement, job, execute, DD. Okay, so job statement, it always, so JCL JCL code or program, whatever you call, should start from job statement, we call as a job statement. Execute, we specify to specify the program name. To specify the program name, we use execute. To specify the DD name, okay, to specify the dataset details, to specify the dataset details, we use DD name. I hope you are clear. Any queries? Okay, so this is all about operation field team in high level. Then parameters, as I told you, there are few parameters are valid on job, and there are few parameters are very specific and belongs to execute statement. There are few parameters very specific to DD. Okay, so anyhow, I'll explain the comment. So these are all the 5 fields in any JCL statement. Okay, so let's start discussing about how we can create. Okay, so I'll explain in detail. Okay, don't worry. Again, even if you missed yesterday's session, I'm going to explain practically now. So, right, because yesterday I explained theory. Whatever I explained, same thing I explained around 30 to 45 minutes. So today we will do practically. So write a JCL, write a JCL. I hope you can hear me, right? Guys, confirm me.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Write a
sir.
JCL, write a JCL to create sequential file. So record length of the file is 80, and data set, it should be a sequential file. It should be a sequential file. And okay, primary quantity should be a primary quantity. Okay, quantity is 1, secondary quantity is 2 tracks. Okay, 1 track, and primary quantity, secondary quantity is 2 tracks. So volume serial should be SPL 001. So as I told you, team, always you should use SPL 001 only while creating a sequential file or PDS. Okay, whether you are creating a sequential file through JCL or through ISPF option, doesn't matter. We should do with this option, okay, with this volume only. So now you got the requirement. Let's start writing. So to write the JCL for anything, okay, to write the JCL program can be anything like creating a file. JCL you might be writing to create a file, to copy the data, to execute the COBOL program, to execute the PL1 program. So if you want to write, if you want to do something with the JCL, how to write it. So where you write it, right? So we will write programs in a partitioned data set, in partition data set, okay, which is the record length 80. 80 is the record length. So the where you are writing the JCL, that should be 80. Let me change it to here 40 to give to avoid the confusion. So already I created yesterday one data set. So I'll type ISPF. So 3.4. Yeah, I'll go here. So okay, this is the PDS theme. As I was telling you, right? This PD you can write in existing PDS or new PDS. Okay. So PDS, this is the PDS. Record length is 80. Record length is 80, block size and fixed block. It should be a fixed block, record length 80. These two should be there. So I'll write one code. Okay, I'm creating a member to write the JCL. So in this member, you can write a JCL for any functionality, any purpose, any without any objective, you can write the JCL. So I'll write, okay, I told you, right? We write a JCL for some objective, some functionality, some requirement. So it doesn't matter what is the purpose and all. Always your JCL program should start with the job statement. Okay, I'll say again. Always JCL program should start with the job statement. Okay, then only you can submit the job. Okay, without job statement, you cannot submit the JCL. Hence, it is mandatory. So I said a job statement or job card, both are same. Job statement or job card is the same, right? Job statement or job card is the same. So I'll write two slashes. Okay. So we write it two slashes. Okay. When I say statement, JCL statement. Okay. I'll talk about this one. Okay. So it should start with the identifier and always JCL statement will be like this, two slashes. The next one, name field. Okay. Every statement should have the name field and name field should start from third column. That is a rule. Okay. I will use calls to see the column number. This is the third column. And it can be user defined or system defined. On job statement, okay. So on job statement, name field should be your mainframe ID. So your mainframe ID, which user ID you logged in, TSO logged in ID. So if I log in with Venkat A, I should write Venkat A. If you log it in with the Venkat C, you have to use Venkat C. If you logged in with ABC XYZ, you have to use ABC XYZ. So why I'll tell you all of them. So I'm giving Venkat A. Ensure that, see, my ID length is only 7, but I have to make 8. Okay. So for that I'll give a J. Venkat J. Space job. Okay. So job is the one. Okay. Yeah. First, let me finish it. This is the name field. So when you're writing the operation field, okay. So at least one space should be there. Okay. At least one space should be there before and after operation field. Okay. At least. So before job, there is a one space. After job, there is a one space. Right. So then I'll write, okay. So then I'll write parameters. Okay. So then you should start with the parameters. So there are three fields are covered already. Identifier, name field, job. So then I will give, okay, operation field. Okay, I'll give, parameters. The first parameter is accounting information. So I'm giving my contact number, but in real time, we give the accounting information which is provided by your mainframe admin or the project which they are following for that particular project. So we use this particular accounting information for billing purpose. Okay. So we use accounting information for billing purpose. As I told you, extra day example. So I'll take a same example again today also, and I'll give more detail about mainframe also today. So accounting information team, example, as I told you, so we cannot, every home cannot generate their own power, right? Electricity, power, we cannot generate. So what happens? So somehow the governments, okay, okay, governments will, supply the uh, electricity, the current to us, to flats, right? To apartment, to house. So now so many houses are there, so many flats are there in apartment. So everyone is using. So how I mean, government can charge for based on for consumption. So they will set a meter, right? Or the consumption meter, right? So the based on the consumption of the, based on your consumption, the bill will be generated. So because why meter is mentioned, because every so many people are using the same common one, right? Same thing also in mainframe. So there are so many projects are there, but under same client. I want to understand this particular project, how much CPU is taking. So, no, there is another project for the same client. Let's take an example of HDFC, or what do you call, Bank of America, some any client who is using mainframe, right? So if they might be having multiple projects, okay, so the multiple projects under same client, the multiple projects are there. So I want to track, or the mainframe admin team wants to track which project or which application programs are taking more memory. So we want to track it. So we want to track it. Example, if you take any bank application, assume that, okay, it's an example, okay. I want to ensure that, okay, loan applications, how much memory is taking, loan application related programs, how much memory is taking. There is another example I'm giving it to you that, okay, so uh, there is other application, uh, insurance, okay, loans and insurance. So that also runs on mainframe, those application programs. I want to understand, okay, how this particular two application programs are taking memory. For that, we want to track it. For accounting info, we'll use one unique number. For loans, we will use another unique number for insurance, right? Because in real time, we will be having one server, okay? So clients will not be having multiple servers because, as I told you, you are aware, I guess. So we cannot hold three, four servers, okay? Because maintaining one server and spending money on one server itself, it is a huge cost involved. Okay, we need to invest like anything. Okay, that's why, generally one, rarely two will be there, as per my minimal knowledge, I can say, right? So let's try to, I'll give theoretical points also. Accounting information. So this is called positional parameter. I'll talk about, later, accounting information in JCL. Now, meanwhile, it generates some code. I'll go to the one. Next, programmer name. So, or which team is writing this application? So I'll give Venkat since 2010. You guys can write your name, nothing wrong in that. Okay, so you need to check with the, your colleagues. Okay, if you join in a new project, you need to check with your colleagues whether they are writing their name here or whether they are writing the team name. Okay. So you might belongs to one team, right? So you will write team name. What is the team name they are writing? So you can see existing JCL, what information they provided. So that also you can refer it. That is all about uh, accounting information. Okay. Is it clear? So can you see usage? It helps to analyzing the cost associated with the jobs and workloads resource monitoring. So we use assist in managing the system resources, providing insights into job resources, basically to analyze how the consumption is there. For that, we use accounting information. Is it clear? So we discussed the two parameters. One is uh, accounting information. Are you clear?
So
So
the
the next
first
one,
number in the job, sorry to interrupt. So that this number will be provided by the team members because that will be unique for their
correct,
projects too.
correct.
Okay.
Okay, because we don't know, right? What
Yeah,
the
yeah.
accounting information they are using, right? We don't know.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, for this accounting information, what is the maximum characters can we give?
Okay. So for your question and for everyone, in fact, so yeah, I'm not specifying the length. Okay, but anyhow, as you asked, I'll try to bring that particular document to you. In fact, this document I uploaded, whatever I am showing in my local system, all are there for you. I uploaded in the respective JCL folder. Please go there and get it. You can refer it. Okay. So there is 30 or 32, 35, some number is there. Okay. So I did not remember the number, but I want to give you the answer now. Anyhow, if I open once, you will come to know what I'm talking also. So I'll give. Okay. Let me open the Word document. It is there with me. Right. Yeah. So answer for you. I'll copy paste in the notepad. So they are saying maximum 142 characters as coded in the accounting information. Okay. If you don't know your installation account, you cannot submit the job. It is like when you don't have account, you cannot withdraw the cash in a bank. Okay. So if you know what happens, that is what theoretically they are saying. Okay. You can remember as a theoretically only. But even if you don't give accounting information here, because further, okay, after 6-7 days, I will submit the JCL without accounting information. It takes the default value in the backend. Okay, what they configured in the backend. Okay, if you give that, it will take that as it is. If you don't give it will take the default value. Okay, but theoretically, whatever I kept there, you need to remember. So I hope you got the answer.
Yes, Venkat.
While logging,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Rama, go ahead.
when we are logging to TSP system, we are still on account.
Your voice is very low. Sorry. Hello. No. Guys, can you hear him? I'm not able to hear properly. Others, are you able to hear him?
Okay, yeah, can you take it now?
Yeah, it's not better, but it's okay. I mean, it's
Okay.
Go ahead with your question. Let me understand first.
Okay, while logging into the mainframe TSO session, so we are seeing one account information. So is that the same here where you're referring or like any different?
Oh, it will be a different one.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Venkat.
Yeah.
Actually, so you have given the account information is number, right? So in the project, is the account information is same for all JCLs? So like in the project, we can give the same account information for all JCS.
Yes, yes. Ideally, we are supposed to give like that only. Okay.
Okay.
It cannot change every, I kept PGM 2, tomorrow I'll write PGM 3, day after tomorrow I'll write PGM 4. Okay. So for every program, this one is not going to change. So if you are using, okay, then the across all your programs, the accounting information ideally should be the same.
Okay, thank you.
Any queries, Divya? You raised your hand. Divya.
Oh, I think by mistake. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. So you can type hi JCL T, highlight the JCL. Okay. Remember that you can notice when there is a special characters like a space and so on, you better you write within the single quotes. Okay. If there is no space at all within the accounting information or programmer name, you can write within the brackets. Okay. Brackets or single quotes are okay. Fine. Both are fine. Here also I can use single brackets, but I kept some special characters. So hence that is very, very important. Okay. Is it clear? So this is all about, this is accounting information and okay, this is all about accounting information and programmer name. Now, there is a third parameter. Okay, I'll go with the limited parameters today. Tomorrow, I'll explain a few more things. Okay, accounting information and programmer name. There is something called okay, notify. So each parameter should be separated by comma. So each parameter is how come 1 minute. Let me change the settings bit. Disable annotations for others. Can you send it? Sorry, I guess. Because I am very new to Zoom. I don't use, Zoom effectively. Okay, right. Next, the other parameter is notify. So you might be asking a question, right? There is a space, that's why it is giving in a white color. Okay. So next, notify. The third parameter is we are going to discuss notify. Once I submit the JCL, to whom the notification should go? To whom the notification should go? So if I give Venkat B, okay, I'm using Venkat A ID. I'm submitting to Venkat B. So that Venkat B user ID will get a notification. Okay, this guy submitted a JCL and it got executed. Or this guy executed a code, submitted a job, he got JCL internal error, maxis error. Some notification is a successful or unsuccessful, so that you will get it through notify. Is it clear? Okay, so now we kept all. So after last parameter, give a one space minimum, then you can write job code. Basically, it is a comment. Okay, so we kept all 5 components and a single. This is called JCL statement. Okay, so this is called JCL statement. And what type of this statement is a job statement or a execute or DD? It is a job. It is, first of all, it is a JCL statement. And how you differentiate what type of the JCL statement? It is a job statement because you kept job as an operation field. Okay, now there are few scenarios you cannot able to accommodate all the parameters on the same line. Then you have to use TS. text split. TS means text split. Which text you want to bring to the next line? I want to bring from notify onwards to the next line. So mouse over on the notify, hit the enter. It came to the first line and first column like this. So remember guys, very, very important. This is the continuation parameter for this job. Okay, and there is a comma. So when there is a comma, the next line is again 2 slashes. Don't give third column. If you give a third column, it will become a name field. Name field usually you'll give for the statement, but already you written the job. This is the continuation parameter. Notify is not a it is not a other JCL statement. It is a part of this one. I hope you're clear.
Yes, and job card, if we'll write, that means this is the end of the statement.
No, the one which I have written is a comment. Okay, I can write
Okay.
by jet anything. So anything you
Okay,
can
okay.
write basically.
Like after 80 characters, whatever it would be, that would be the comment.
Sorry,
Like how do we know that this is a comment? Like after 80 characters, after 80 record length is 80, right?
right?
So we can write 80 characters in one line.
Okay, very good. Nice. You have to write. Sorry, yesterday also I did not highlight that. 1 to 72 is only valid. Okay, first 72
Okay.
positions are only valid. You cannot write after 72. It doesn't allow. 1 to 72 columns only you can write the JCL statement.
Okay, and after 72, whatever will be we will write, that will be become a comment.
No, no, no.
So how does this is coming blue, XYZ is coming blue here?
This is comment, right? After last parameter you gave comment. Comment is part of first 72 columns, right? So comment is a part of your JCL statement, though it is not considered while you are executing. Okay. So yeah, color is not important for
No,
you
no.
at this
Like,
moment.
how do I know that my comment will start from the which character?
Okay.
Like from here, the comment will
Wait,
start.
wait. Okay,
How would I
I'll
know?
tell you. So in this JCL statement, okay, I don't say from which column, how I say, but I'll tell you how to write the comment.
Mm-hmm.
You say this is a job statement, right?
Yes.
First parameter, second parameter, and there is a
Mm-hmm.
comma. You written the continuation parameter. The continuation parameter should write between 4 to 16. 4 is valid, 4 to 15, I guess.
Yeah.
5 is okay, 6 okay. Now I can write it. So now I am starting from 10th column, the continuation. It is perfectly fine. So
Mm-hmm.
after the last parameter on the statement, give at least one space and write the comment till 72. So I can write here
Yeah.
XYZ like this. This is perfectly fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Like, how would I know that this is the last parameter? Is the notify is the last parameter?
Acha, okay. Okay. Nice question. Okay. So far you don't know JCL. Now you know. Okay. Correct. How do you know means if there is no comma after let's say, okay, can I
Oh, okay. Okay. Get
okay,
it. Yeah.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
after this there is a comma. I cannot say that the programmer name is a last parameter because you kept a comma. Okay. Hence system is going to expect one parameter. Okay. In
Okay. Okay.
parameter. So notify. I did not give any comma. So if I give a
Yes.
comma, it will become that. So that's why I said it's a last parameter. So how
Oh,
do
got it. Yeah. Got it now.
Sir, that comment is necessary or we can, it's an optional?
it's mandatory. Comment is mandatory between each parameter.
So it is based on the JCL, we need to give a comments, right, sir?
Comment, you're talking about comma or comment? Sorry, sorry.
So that XYZ you have given, no, you
It's
said some
optional. It
comments.
is 100% is optional. Okay.
Optional. Okay, okay, yes, okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So this is all about job statement, right? Next, okay, this is the common theme. It doesn't matter you are creating a file, the line, whatever I have written, it is a common for any JCL. You are creating a file, you are deleting a file, you are renaming the file through JCL, or you are copying the data from one file to another file, or you are executing a COBOL program, whether you are executing a COBOL DB, it doesn't matter. So the job card is common. Next, the further statements totally depends on your the requirement. So now, where is our requirement? This one. So you need to start thinking and applying the things based on the requirement. Okay, because this is a common. I told you. The further statements is basically based on that. So write a JCL to create a sequential file. So now you should think about how I can create it, which program is valid to create. So there is predefined utility, predefined defined program or utility is called IEB gener. There is something called, sorry, IFBR 14. So there is a utility called IEFBR 14. So we call that in real time, we call as a IBM utility. We don't call as a predefined, but it is English term easy for you to understand. That's why I kept as a predefined. Means this utility is providing by IBM. Okay, IBM. So which is a valid in the JCL, right? So it is a defined by IBM. I am not written this program. This is already there. So what this program it does is basically it is a dummy utility. It is a dummy utility. Okay, it's a dummy utility. And so it's a predefined program. It is a dummy utility. And with this utility, you can create a file and you can delete a file. Okay, you can do all of that. So you can create a file called a PS file, or you can create a PDS file. You can create a VSAM. So I'll tell you just dummy tab. Okay, just tell you why this dummy tab. Okay, so if you see this tab team, right. So what is the use of this dummy tab? You can use this one for time being. Later you remove this dummy and add your core functionality. Yes, am I correct? I guess you are aware, right? Same thing. Okay. So dummy utility is nothing but just to test something, to test JCL and all, you can use it. No, if you want to create a file, you can create it. Okay. You cannot specify as explicitly as a dummy. If you don't write anything apart from program name, it will become a dummy only. Okay, so now I need to specify this program. If I need to specify, I know which program I need to specify. The program name where I have to mention on job statement or execute or DD on execute. So now I came to know that we have to mention program name, utility name on execute statement. Again, it is a JCL statement, right? So we need to write identifier. Okay, step 1. This is user defined. Step 1 is user defined. S1 user defined space execute. Okay, because it in this at this moment my name field length is 2 characters. Execute PCM is equal to IEFBR14 and save it. So PCM is the parameter, okay, to specify the program name, utility name, either utility name or COBOL program, we use like PCM parameter. Now, so do we have any purpose? This code doesn't have. You can submit it. You submit the code, enter, enter. Notify, you can see Venkat B. Now, I have to log in into Venkat B. Quickly, I'll do it in front of you, but 543. Once I do login, quickly it will show that notification to me. Okay, I'll submit again. Now it's not showing anyhow. You see that? Now, okay, I'll minimize both of them. You see that? So now here, this is the one Venkat A and this is the Venkat B. You can see, I'll maximize now. You can see that I got the notification. Enter. Okay, now that job details will be present in this particular ID, not Venkat A. So I'll submit, I'll log out. So give two. Oh, I'm doing the logout rightly. So you type 2 here, delete data set without printing. Here also select 2, enter, log off. Proper log off is required. Okay, is it clear? So for team, so this much slow will not happen in the further days. Okay, as it is in new, for most of them I'll go very slow. Okay.
Yeah, Venkat, if I don't want to give notify, then who will receive our job information?
Nobody.
Nobody means, is there any system defined or maybe?
No such as. Okay, if you don't give notification, it doesn't happen. Nobody will get it. Not even default user such as.
Okay.
Okay.
Venkat, if we need to receive, the submitter should receive the notification then.
Sorry.
If submitter needs to receive the notification, so if I submit job, so I should also receive the notification, right? So whether my job is succeeded or failed in that case.
See, theoretically, people says that you can give more than one user ID like Venkat. Okay. So people say that, but I got multiple times the error. So you see, I'm not getting error. At the same time, I'm not getting notification. I logged out there.
So
So it is like that.
I can give notify Venkatia, right? So I submit job from Venkatia and I can also receive the notification from Venkatia. Correct, right?
No. Okay, let me reiterate your question and let me go in a different way. And just for better understanding of your question, if your target is to send the notification to users, I'm testing that. Okay. If you want to send it to you alone, the log which ID which you used, you can give that alone. You can submit it. You can see here. Okay. So I hope you got the answer.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you want to send it to two users, yeah, I shown you practically. When theoretically people says that you can give more than one user ID. I shown you, but we are not getting any JCL error or such as. Okay. If I write, okay, let me write Venkat A, Venkat B. So I'm writing first Venkat A itself. So I'm getting a JCL error. That means it is not allowing. So if anyone working on the real-time system, you guys can test and tell me tomorrow. Now it is fine. Okay. Yeah, so this is called dumb utility. Without any purpose, we are able to submit it. So in order to submit this JCL, we should have at least one step. Hence, so one job should be there, one step should be there. So without that, let's say I will comment this line by putting // So that is a commented line. I'll submit. You can submit the JCL, by the way. You'll get something called JCL error. So I want to see the error message. Okay, very good, Ankart. You explained that execute at least one program is mandatory, one execute is mandatory, but where I can see the error message, right? So if you submit the code JCL there is a area called, okay, spool. Spool. Okay, let me get the abbreviation for you. Spool stands in mainframe because spool can have different stands, right? Yeah, so I'll go to the start. Start means it will open the new screen. I am on ISP primary option menu, type M. So now I am going to the spool. The way I am going now here is different in different system. Okay. The way I am going here may not be the same way for other systems. Okay. Their options might be different. I hope getting my point. M. M is nothing but more. Hit the enter. I'll type 5. Okay. So spool stands. Anybody given spool stands? No. Okay, fine. You can, I guess somewhere it is there. Yeah. Simultaneously peripheral operations online. This is good. Okay. Right. So coming back to this. Five. 5 is the one SDSF. SDSF stands, it is there already. I no need to tell you or search it. Spool search display facility. Spool search display facility. So type 5, hit the enter, type ST. Type ST, status of the jobs. Now I'll submit again. There are so many jobs are there. Okay, what is the meaning of job? The code which you submit. Okay, I'll submit the code. I'll get one job. You see that? What is the job ID? It's like a, I can say, how do you identify your car or your two-wheeler in the shopping complex, shopping mall complex, parking area?
This
You
is
know
like a unique tag, or you can say
the
the license
vehicle ID,
number.
right? Okay, so basically, parking area is the one where similar vehicles will come. I might be having Unicorn, I might be having say, one X car, some Ertiga car, or some example I'm telling. Somebody will bring same color, same color, same model. All the things are same. Then how do you differentiate my job? Because parking area is the one, public people, anybody will come, right? Similar vehicles come, similar colors also we might see. How do you identify us? Based on the car, the register RC number, okay, register number, right? Same. As everyone using the same server, ideally in real time also the same guys, okay, because we are using the same server. So all our jobs, whenever you submit the code, I submit or some XYZ other people submit, all the job will goes to spool only. Every job is routed to spool only. There we can see the jobs which are submitted by everyone. So now how do you identify yours in among all of them? There is something called job ID, like a vehicle number, like a vehicle number. There is something called job ID. So job Venkat J, we have a, okay, job job 00190. So now how to go to the spool? I'll go again. Start ISP primary option menu. M more. I'll go 5 spool ST and I'll type F space this one job now. And you can see here, this is the job ID and who is the owner of the job. You are able to see because the admin restricted such a way that if you logged in and you can see only your jobs. If you logged in with XYZ user only can see their jobs. Okay, so they restricted such a way because it is a public server, right? How we can see other jobs, other users. So they restricted here. That's why you're able to see the jobs which are submitted by you. But in real time, okay, in real time, you might be having access to see all the jobs. Okay, so like to see all the jobs, you have to type pre-space star on command line. It will throw error, by the way, here, authorization issue. You can see command not authorized. What is coming here? Right side. Yeah. Command not authorized. So it is not authorized. I hope you're clear. The next. That is the one you need to observe. So you can start, you say pre Venkat A star. The jobs which are starting with Venkat A, list out all of them. Okay. The names. This is all. So this is all about two commands on spool. Next, let's focus on the current one. Okay, our job. So job 00190. This is a job. And this is called job. Basically, we call them here in the spool terminology job. So in this, the code what you submitted, you can see that here. Yeah. And so I will give a question mark to open the job. So we will give question mark, okay, to open the job. In this, there are multiple DD names are there, data sets are there. So this is one data set. This is the one data set. This is another data set or DD name. This is the one DD name. This is second DD name. This is the third. 1, 2, 3. I'll type yes. I'll type yes on job entry system message log. Okay. So what is that? So I'll tell you this 3 also. So basically JES means job entry subsystem. Okay. We'll talk, remind me tomorrow, I'll explain this one. Okay. Usually I don't explain, but I explain for you guys. Okay. JES2, JS3. Okay. But you have to remind me tomorrow. Okay. So the next one, job entry subsystem message log. The next one, job entry subsystem job control language. So here in JES JCL, you will be able to see the code which you submitted. Okay, I will go there. I will show this here. Yes. So this is the code you submitted. You are able to see the code, whatever you submitted, that always we can see that in a spool under JES JCL. The other one. So job entry subsystem message. Job entry subsystem subsystem message. Okay, message. Here you can see how the code is got executed successfully or not. If not, you can see some error details, minimal details. Now you can see, okay, job has no steps. This is how we can see the errors. Is it clear?
So what's the difference between subsystem and the system message log? The
Yes.
first one would be more detailed, I think.
It's not like that. Okay, basically, okay, it contains the log. Okay, log means I'll tell you later. Okay, it's
Like if our job runs into an error, so should we see in the top one or the bottom one?
bottom one. Okay, no, basic. I'll tell you. Okay, I'm not explaining now. I'll park your
Okay,
question for time being.
sure, sure.
As I did not explain multiple steps in a job, when I
Mm-hmm.
explain about multiple steps, then you will come to know that particular concept. Okay, so there are some beginners also there who are new to mainframe to manage
Yeah, sure.
everyone. I am parking your question. Okay, but 100% sure it's not a big complex topic. Okay, It's very simple one only, but I'll give explanation later.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go here. Enter. You can see that. Now go F9. Press F9 to swap the screen. Now you can write it S1. I'll save. I deleted the comment now. I added the code. So job 191. So it'll ideally, job ID will be keep incrementing by 1. So it might it now 191 later it might show 203 for you. Okay. So I'll go to the spool F9, press F3. Now you can see 191, the older job. So give a question mark against the job. And yes, you can see what time, how much time it took. Okay, 0.001 seconds, millisecond it took to execute the job. Okay, start time, stop time, step. Venkat AJ is the job job name field. S1 is the step was executed. Condition code is 0. CC means condition code. Okay. So CC means we'll discuss them again. Don't worry. CC means condition code. MaxCC means maximum condition code. Okay. So I'll talk about this also when I add more than one step. Is it clear, team? Right. So if you have any queries, you can ask me. Otherwise, we are good to stop for today.
Yeah, Venkat. Is there any shortcut formula to go to the spool?
I told you, right? Okay, you can type start. You have to open multiple sessions. Okay, swap list concept. We discussed, right?
I think if
Start.
we'll write SP, it will work or not. I am not sure. SP.
No. Okay, M5. So SP doesn't work. Okay, because for that you need to write a REXX routine. Okay, I'll write SP. Doesn't work. I'm on
Yeah.
screen. It doesn't work. Okay. The SP
Okay.
is not a mainframe based command.
Come.
Since it's not
Okay.
a default command, it is created by your project people.
All right.
Yeah. So the other way you can go here. SCR name, screen name. I'll give spool. Now you can see in the bottom, double click on it. I want to go to the JCL. I'll give screen name JCL. Now I can navigate, double click on JCL, double click on spool. Okay, this is the another shortcut. R1 F9. If you know the screen numbers of the JCL 1 F9, 3 F9. This is the other way. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Let me stop the recording.